obviously you're going to kill these things. If you like own any animals whatsoever, you're gonna kill the wolves, coyotes, and foxes, because if you don't, they're like goblins. They're just gonna come back and take it as a learning experience.
Did you say coyotes?
Coyotes, yes. The fucking coyote saga.
Jesus fucking Christ. Welcome to another tangent with me, Vulcan, and my terrible upbringing in the backwoods of fucking Kentucky. I will dox myself. I do not care.
As long as you say your state, you're fine, because states are pretty big.
Yeah, but there's only like 3 big cities in my entire state, and I'm in one of them. Anyway, so growing up, I lived with 6 hunting dogs. My dad trained them back when my dad was actually a good person. And all 6 of our dogs had a form of gigantism, so all of them were Labrador Retrievers, which normally don't get much bigger than about 4'11" to 5.5 feet when they stand up on their hind legs. All of my dogs were 6 to 7 feet. They were giant. They were like, oh my god, I love the pictures of my dogs because they're fucking huge.
Could ride those things.
But the coyotes that we have in my spot in the state are giant. Not normally like large, like they're maybe like 4.5 feet when they stand up on their hind legs. That's a pretty big fucking coyote. But there was I remember, this is like the biggest incident with them I remember, other than the Machete Chronicles, which I won't get into.
Yeah, I remember sometimes you had to like leave call to go like kill coyotes.
Yeah, it was bad. So when I was growing up, there was this pack that was like a genuine menace for my area that the game wardens and the Department of Fish and Wildlife did get involved with multiple times. Because there's about 40 or so of them, and they would roam around this like 12 to 15 square mile area. But their big base of operations, so to speak, like their den, I guess I should say, it was on a cliffside right next to my house. And their pack leader was this giant fuck-all coyote, which I am like 20% sure had to be a wolf. Would you describe it as a dire coyote? I would describe it as a dire coyote because the fucker was intelligent. So the way my house sits is, so in the US, I don't know how much you know about it, but we have things called counties. So within our state, we have counties, which are these smaller areas with a generally 1 or 2 major city centers in them. And within my county, I can't remember where I was going with the county thing. Oh yeah, within my county. So my house sits at the highest point in the entire county. So we live just past the cliff's edge. That is about a 200, 300 feet drop into a river. And there's also an airstrip directly across from my front porch. So you have my front porch, a small little chain link fence because we had cattle, and then a giant fuck-all valley, and then an airstrip. The airstrip was maybe about 500 yards away, or 500 meters away for the sake of simplicity. And every other night for about 2 months straight, my dad and I would catch this giant fucking coyote, or quote-unquote dog-like figure, as my mother described it the first time, sitting on the airstrip with like 3 other smaller ones around it, staring directly at my fucking house. Like if we got our binoculars at sunset and looked over, you could see they were looking towards us. And that happened for about a month before something happened, and it was our eldest dog at the time got caught and was bit and beaten up by the coyotes. The rest of our dogs fucking killed the rest of the coyotes that were attacking them, or at least fought them off, but we had to like go and carry my dog back to the house because she was so beat up. And it was really fucking scary because that coyote was intelligent enough to stake us out, and they did multiple other little quote-unquote attacks over the years, and it was really bad until finally our game warden actually killed it. Like, we had our game warden sit on our front porch with a rifle. Not on our front porch, on our barn. We had a barn close to our house. He sat on top of the barn
Jesus.
with a rifle staring at the airstrip, waiting for the fucker to come out. And the second the fucker came out, he lit that bitch up. Like, he shot it twice with an automatic rifle, and then saw it like kind of like start limping, and then shot it like he mag dumped it straight up.
I don't blame him.
Our airstrips are not like that. Basically, for my area, they are generally put on a hill at the edge of a valley, and it's maybe a foot or so of actual dirt and clay until it gets to clay and bedrock that you can't dig through at all. So nothing really digs on our airstrips. There's no reason to. But yeah, coyotes here, or the dire coyote, I should say. That was like my boogeyman growing up, because I was like 6 or 7 when this happened. And I was terrified to go out in the woods after that, because it's like something that big fucking existed and was that intelligent to stake us out and actually like do raids.
At least you're scary, dude.
Like, there's more stories behind that coyote that I vaguely remember now, but I can't verbalize because I've been fucking drinking. We need a Coyote Chronicles episode. I need to write out everything that's happened and like kind of pseudo read off of it, because there's a lot of shit that's happened there that should be a cautionary tale to the fucking world. Coyotes are like, they're like goblins in Goblin Slayer. You need to fucking kill them.
They'll just learn.
They really fuck shit up. And if you let them grow and, you know, exist enough, it's scary. Like, wolves and bears in Kentucky are starting to make a big comeback nowadays.
Oh God.
And it's terrifying because, and mountain lions. It's horrifying because if coyotes were that much of a threat, imagine a pack of mountain lions or a pack of wolves and bears, because weirdly enough, in Kentucky, bears and wolves, they do form packs. It's terrible. Just awful fucking